Go! Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Toku Turn Back. I'm your host of Frozen Stratos, and today we will be taking a look at the last 5 episodes of Gosei Sentai Dairanger, 46 through 50. And boy, I know this is late, but let's just dive right in. Let's start with episode 46. The heroes are stark naked. This is the episode where pretty much Master Kaku takes their powers away, and it was really heartbreaking to watch. Before that happens, though, his follower, his disciple, the Shiryu Chui, when he died this episode, I kind of felt it, because from the outsider's perspective, we got that he was on Master Kaku's side, and I kind of wanted to see him team up with the Dairangers, and honestly, his help would have been instrumental in the last parts of this show. But, we'll get to that. It hurt when Kaku was one by one having to go back and take all of their powers like a very strict parent. And it definitely felt like, just strict parenting, because you knew he loved them and he cared for them like children. And, it hurt that it had to go down this way, and to see the team so enraged and even to the point of disbanding. Up until the next episode, and in episode 47, The Amazing Truth, they do what any good Sentai does. Even without their powers, they fight, and a lot of answers are given in either one of these two episodes, it's basic dramatic stuff for the sake of drama, where Master Kaku didn't tell them, he wanted to take their powers away so that they wouldn't have to be burdened by having to defeat the bad guys, but turns out, or the Gorma, and it turns out still that it didn't matter, everyone that keeps things from people knows telling them the truth would have been the best idea, because in this episode also as well, we learned that there's going to be a tournament for the next Gorma Emperor, which sets up a lot of issues for the end of this show. We're not there yet, but when we see this, it's also kind of hinted that there's something going on with the current Gorma Emperor, and some backdoor dealings with the head of the Three Stooges that we've had as the quote-unquote main villains of this show, but who really even knows at this point. And so for the Dairangers, they don't get word of this, I don't think, and they kind of gather that on their own, and, by way of Shadam, I think, telling them that Master Kaku needs the two rods that he placed a few episodes prior. He needs those in order to win the fight, because he can't win otherwise. And he's wiping the floor with a dude in the next episode, in let's see, Death of Heroic Master. And it's a pretty good fight. It's action packed, and after this episode, after 48, Death of the Heroic Master, it's pretty much a big fight all the way through. I when he died, it was depressing, but it bothered me as well that it could have been solved. Like, these are basic drama tropes where you don't tell anyone, and then at the end, you get the result of that. I want to like it, and I did. And his death hit hard, especially seeing everyone else's reactions. And Blue, oh my god, he was bringing it. He was killing it, and I felt it. It's just, objectively, a lot of these problems could have been solved if you had them on your side to begin with. Especially at this stage, toward the end, where it didn't really matter if he was teaming up with them or not, and taking on the I guess bad Gormas, because it's separated now, the good Gorma and the bad Gorma, because the bad Gorma want to take over the earth. It's a whole thing. And then we move into the final showdown, and then the problems arise. The problems with the show arise. It turns out, it's cool. It was a cool fight. Cool fights were going on. A lot. Kujiku's back. Happy about that. Oh man, just so happy anytime Kujiku and Green are on screen together. But it turns out all of the bad guys were clay dolls, and it was actually a ruse performed by Zydos, which is dubious because in the last episode it turns out he's a clay doll as well. In this episode, he was saying he recreated Gorma in order to take over the world, but also he had to convince the Gorma that he should be the Emperor Gorma. Why would you create something like that? I don't understand your ambitions. If you recreated the Gorma from the ground up, why did you make it so difficult for yourself to move up? You had a kid. I really don't understand what was going on. How old is Ko's mother, actually, by the way? Because, and who... I have so many questions, and it's so messy. It's so messy. The show is so messy toward the end. I feel bad because, I don't know, maybe it was just a vehicle to give, what's her name? That girl, the one of the Three Stooges. That's gonna kill me. But maybe to give her a good end to her story, that she was just a fake one, and then the real one was just hanging out in heaven. I don't know. And then when Kaku comes back, sorta, as a Force Ghost, because, I can draw so many parallels to Star Wars with this, but when he comes back as a Force Ghost, he's like, yo, you don't gotta keep fighting anymore, because it's like a cyclical thing, and it'll just keep happening and happening. It's a frivolous battle. Again, much like Star Wars, it's the light is always supposed to fight the dark, and it's very confusing. It's cool. It was really cool to see that epilogue with all of them coming back, aged up, and then seeing their grandchildren fight the good fight in their stead. But I really don't understand how this sort of comes into play. Oh, also, friggin' the dragon comes back to create extra chaos. It was cool. I love all the effects that are going around or on around him, but you know, I don't know. This conclusion just felt so messy. I'd be more angry if I didn't love these characters. It's so nice seeing them all work together. I really wish Ko and Kameo felt like greater parts of the excuse me, greater parts of the team. But as it stands, it's fine. I will give my full thoughts of the overall story in the next Toku Turn Back, but for now, yeah, these last 5 episodes, they served as a shaky but very emotional conclusion to the show, and I can appreciate good emotion. I can appreciate these characters, and I can appreciate them actually disbanding because, they've been through so much, and then to see them all coming back together, it was pretty touching. And I hope that my view of this show, my viewing of the show, will help me recontextualize episodes in maybe like Gokaiger, because I want to go back and take a look at some of the anniversary episodes. But yeah, overall, definitely loving this show, or loved this show. Again, full thoughts in the next Toku Turn Back, but yeah, I think that just about does it. Final thoughts on these past 5. Shaky, but very emotional. It was a heartfelt conclusion, more so than it was an actual good story conclusion. It was a shaky story. There's no way around it. And I feel like the strength of Sentai isn't always in its stories. And it's in the character. And I definitely felt it, felt the heart of each character. And, yeah, I'm sad that the journey's over now. I could go back and watch that, movie that I forgot to watch. But, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, so anyways, guys, that just about does it for my coverage of these last few episodes. Don't forget that, this will be the 3rd time I said it, don't forget that the next episode of Toku Turn Back will feature my full overall thoughts on the show. It'll be a full series review, and after that, I will announce the next tokusatsu that I will be tackling for Toku Turn Back. I don't yet know what it's going to be, so look forward to my decision. Anyways, guys, I think that just about does it. Hit that like button if you like this video. Comment down below what you thought about these last few episodes, and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. There's going to be an announcement coming soon about a certain week, an event that we're going to be having on this channel, so hopefully that'll be around. Anyways, that just about does it. See ya.